Good morning, students, and welcome to the Q&I summer course. Uh, I am Sunit Kumar. I am Sunit Kumar, your mathematics tutor, and we started with the first chapter, that is rational numbers, in the previous classes. So we have taken 2 classes of rational numbers, and today is the third class for rational number. So we'll continue with the distributive property. So in the last class, we had done associative property. We'll start with distributive property today, and we'll do some questions based on distributive property. Okay. So let's start the class, students. So yeah, one more thing. Did you practice on the platform on the topic which I had suggested in the homework which I had given in the last class?
Yes, sir.
Could you? Okay. So how many students practiced on the platform yesterday? You can raise your hands. 2 students. Okay. 3 students. Okay. Others who have not been able to practice, please, uh, start practicing. So as I said that you had to uh, give me your names, the students who do not have a login access till now. So we'll create a login ID for you, and we'll also have the second round of proficiency diagnostic test, which we are conducting on Saturday at 11:30 a.m. So Saturday 11:30 a.m. we'll have another diagnostic test, and then you can start practicing, the students who have not been able to take the diagnostic test last week. Okay. So students, let's
Sir,
start the class. Yes.
sir, last week the diagnostic test was on Friday. Why is it on Saturday this week?
So so Saturday, this is for those students also who do not have whose summer vacation has not yet started. So we can plan it on Friday as well. So someone from our team will give you a call and ask for your availability, and we can plan it on Friday as well. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. Let's start the class, students. So as I said, we have started this chapter, rational numbers, and the prerequisite for today's class is that you should know about natural numbers and its properties. You should know about whole numbers and its properties, and you should know integers and its properties. So this we have already done in the first class where we discussed all of this. In today's class, we are going to cover distributive property on rational numbers. So distributive property on multiplication over addition, and distributive property on multiplication over subtraction. So these are the two properties which we'll do for rational numbers today. Then we in the last class we already did additive and multiplicative identity. Today we'll also do additive and multiplicative inverse in today's class. So yes, so we had completed this additive identity portion where we said that 0 is the additive identity of rational numbers. So when you add 0 to a rational number, you get back the same rational number, and that's why we say that 0 is the additive identity of rational numbers. For example, if you have some rational number, p by q, so if you add 0 to it, then you get the same rational number, that is p by q. So here in example, you can see if we are adding 0 to minus 2 by 7, you get the same rational number, that is minus 2 by 7. And that's why we say that 0 is the additive identity of rational numbers. So I'm just revising what we did in the last class towards the end, so that there is a connectivity for today's class as well. Now, when you add 0 to a rational number, the sum is again that same rational number. And we also saw that role of 1 is that of a multiplicative identity. So when we multiply 1 to a rational number, you get back the same rational number. And that's why we say that 1 is the multiplicative identity of rational numbers. So for example, if you have a rational number p by q, if you multiply 1 to it, you get the same rational number p by q. Okay, so minus 2 by 7 here in example, if you multiply it with 1, you get the same rational number minus 2 by 7. That's why 1 is called the multiplicative identity for rational numbers. So when you multiply any rational number with 1, you get back the same rational number as the product. And that's why 1 is called the multiplicative identity. Is this clear to everyone? Is it clear,
Yes.
students?
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
Okay. So let's move to the next topic for today. So we'll start with additive inverse. So can someone tell me what additive inverse means? What is additive inverse?
Sir, additive inverse is where the minus becomes plus and where the plus becomes minus.
Okay, Ishan. So what we do here is that, additive inverse is the inverse of that rational number. As in, if you have a rational number p by q, the inverse of that rational number is minus p by q. Similarly, if you have a rational number minus p by q, the inverse would be plus p by q. So the sign becomes opposite here. And what is the definition for additive inverse is that additive inverse of a rational number is that rational number which when added to the original rational number gives you 0 as the answer. For example, p by q, if you add minus p by q to it, you get the answer as 0. And then we say that minus p by q is the additive inverse of p by q. Okay. So if you see it here, students, so if we have a rational number a, if you add minus a to it, if you change the sign and add that rational number to the original rational number, you get the answer as 0. Then we say that minus a is the additive inverse of a. Okay. So minus a is called the additive inverse of a. 0 is the additive inverse of itself. Okay. So 0 is a number which is neither positive nor negative. So, the additive inverse of 0 is 0 itself. Okay, because when you add 0 to 0, you get back 0 only. So 0 plus 0 is equal to 0. So 0 would be the additive inverse of 0. Is it clear? So generally, this question, this particular point, third point is a bit, tricky. So these questions are asked in the exam that what is the additive inverse of 0? So 0 itself is the additive inverse of 0. Is this clear to everyone?
Yes, sir.
Because the basic definition of additive inverse is any rational number a, if you add a number to it, the additive inverse to it, the answer should be 0. Now, if that rational number is 0, what will you add to get the result as 0? You will add 0 only to it. So that's why 0 is the additive inverse here. Is it clear, students?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So you can note this down. So, I have been insisting on, you noting down all these important points in your notebook. So I hope everyone sits in the class with the notebook and the pen, right? So that you can write down all important things and you can do the questions which we are practicing here, and the questions which I give you to practice in the class, you can do it there. So that, at the end of this session, this summer course, when you go back, you have, at least, 1 or 2 chapters, whatever we have covered during this summer course, you have a note of that. And when you revise for your exam, you can go back and look at what has been taught in the class. Apart from this, all these videos, all these lectures are recorded and they are being placed on YouTube also. So you can go back and see these, YouTube videos. You can, subscribe to our YouTube channel so that you get a notification whenever there is a video which has been uploaded on YouTube. And tomorrow, when you have to revise anything, you can go back and see those videos when you want to revise before exams. Okay. So let's go to the next thing, that is multiplicative inverse. Now, yes, do you have a doubt? Someone is raising his hand. So do you have a doubt? Okay. So if you have a doubt, you can ask it, or you can lower your hand if you don't have a doubt. Now tell me, what is multiplicative inverse? Students, who is going to tell me what is multiplicative inverse? Can anyone answer to this question? Okay, I'll tell you what is multiplicative inverse. So we saw additive inverse in our previous thing. So multiplicative inverse means any number which when multiplied, so if you have a rational number A, if you multiply a number to it, if you get the answer as 1, then we say that this number, this particular number is the multiplicative inverse of A. Now, we know that if you multiply 1 by A to any rational number A, so if you multiply the reciprocal of A with A, then you get the answer as 1. So if P by Q is the rational number, the multiplicative inverse will be Q by P. Or you can also say that this is 1 over P by Q. So which is the reciprocal or multiplicative inverse. Is it clear, students?
Yes, sir.
This is also known as reciprocal. Okay. So multiplicative inverse of a rational number A is 1 over A. That is the reciprocal of that. So multiplicative inverse and reciprocal are the same thing. Two different names. So 1 by A is called the multiplicative inverse or reciprocal of A. Right? And there is one more important thing to note, that 0 has no multiplicative inverse. Can someone tell me why 0 does not have a multiplicative inverse?
Sir, because there is nothing known as 1 by 0.
So
Because
when
1 by
0,
0 is undefined.
yes, Ishan, you are correct. So when you take 0, the reciprocal of 0, 0 will go to the denominator, right? So anything divided by 0 is not defined, right? It is infinite. And that's why we say that 0 has no multiplicative inverse. Okay. So this is again an important point to note. These are being asked in MCQ or, assertion reasoning kind of question. So 0 has no multiplicative inverse because any number divided, so 0 means 0 divided by anything is 0. Now, if you take a reciprocal of that, this will become A over A divided by 0, which is not defined. So this is not defined, and that's why we say that 0 does not have a multiplicative inverse. So students, what you need to do whenever you get these whenever you see these kind of facts, so you should always question why is it like that. So once you start questioning why it is like that, you will also find different, other things while finding the answer to that why, right? So that is what will help you build a strong foundation for any competitive exams which you are going to take. Okay? Is it clear? Multiplicative inverse is clear to everyone?
Yes, sir.
Good. Okay. Now let's move to the next part which we are going to cover today. That is distributivity of multiplication over addition for rational numbers. So when you have to distributivity of multiplication means you have to distribute a particular rational number A over addition. So A times B plus C will give you, so when you take it inside, A into B plus C, this is going to give you A into B plus of A into C. So this is being distributed. Multiplication is distributed over addition. So that's why you multiply A first with B and then addition sign plus A multiplied to C. So multiplication has been distributed over addition. That's why we are multiplying A with both B and C and then adding them together. Now, if you have to distribute A over subtraction, so this is, let's say, A times B minus C, A into B minus C. This will become A into B minus of A into C. right? So here A is being distributed over subtraction. A is multiplied to B, then minus of A is multiplied to C. Is this clear? Distributive property?
Yes, sir.
So let us take one example, student. So if you have minus 3 by 4, and this is multiplied to 2 by 3 plus of minus 5 by 6. So these are rational numbers. Now what we are going to do, we are going to distribute minus 3 by 4 over addition and multiply minus 3 by 4 with 2 by 3 first, and then multiply minus 3 by 4 to minus 5 by 6. Okay. So once you do that, what are you going to get an answer here? So 3 and 3 gets cancelled. 2 you can cancel it here. 3 and 6 gets cancelled. So now minus 1 into 1 is negative of 1 divided by 2. Plus of minus 1 into minus 5 is plus 5. 4 times 2 is 8. Right? Now what are you going to do here is take an LCM between 2 and 8. So LCM of 2 and 8 is 8. So multiply by 4 to both numerator and denominator. You will get minus 4 here, plus of 5. So 5 minus 4 is 1 over 8. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Please note this down, everyone. So you can note down the distributive property and the example below that, so that when you revise the property, you have an example so that you can relate with the property which you have just revised when you are revising. I hope everyone has written this down. Shall I move ahead?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now we will find using distributive property. So we have to use distributive property to solve this. Okay. So here we already have 7 by 5 into minus 3 by 12 plus 7 by 5 into 5 by 12. So we can see that 7 by 5 is common here. So when I say distributive property, see, we had A into B plus C was A into B plus A into C. So here RHS is already given in this question. You have to write it in the form of LHS, means A into, you will take 7 by 5 common and then write B plus C inside. That is minus 3 by 12 plus 5 by 12. Distributive property can be written both ways. When A into B plus C, this is given on the left, you can write it in this form. And when the right expanded form is given, you can write it in concise form. Both the things can be done. Whatever makes your calculation easier. So here the calculation would be difficult. So we can directly do it as well. But it is easier if we take 7 by 5 as common. And then inside we have minus 3 over 12 plus 5 over 12. So this is 7 by 5, and because this is a like fraction, it has 12 as common denominator. 5 minus 3 will give you 2 over 12, which can be written as 7 over 30. 7 into 1 is 7 and 5 into 6 is 30. You could have directly calculated this as well. So 7 times minus 3 gives you minus 21. 5 times 12 is 60. 7 times 5 is 35. 5 times 12 is 60. 35 minus 21. This is equal to 14 over 60. Then you cancel 2, which is common. So 7 over 30 would be the answer. Now, see, these calculations, multiplications and addition, these are of bigger numbers, and there are chances that you may you may make a mistake. So it is always suggested that you use this distributive property to make your calculations easier. Is it clear, students?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now let's move to the next. Now, can you find an answer to this and let me know in the chat? Attempt this question. Use distributive property as I did in the previous question and get me the answer. Are you all attempting this question? Students, you have to attempt this question and tell me the answer. What answer you are getting? You can directly calculate this as well as use the distributive property, whatever you find it easier. So if we have to use distributive property, what we are going to do here is 9 by 16 is common in both of these values. Ishan, please check your answers once again. Now, if I take 9 by 16 as common here, we get 4 by 12 and we have minus 3 by 9 plus of minus 3 by 9. Right? So if I take 9 by 16 common here, 4 over 12. So this is 1 upon 3. And here again 1 upon 3. So this is 1 by 3 and plus of minus will give you minus 1 by 3. Okay. So 9 by 16, 1 by 3 minus 1 by 3, what are you going to get? This is 0, right? 1 by 3 and minus 1 by 3, this gets cancelled. So you are going to get 9 by 16 into 0. Answer is 0. Is it clear, Ishan?
Yes, sir.
Did you find where you were doing those calculation mistake? Okay. We can do this directly as well, right? Okay. So we have to be careful. We should avoid doing all these calculation mistakes. And so here, if you check students, so I'll just, directly calculate, try and calculate it directly. How do you calculate it directly? Let us see. So here, if you see, if you cancel this and 3 gets cancelled to 9, 3 times is 9. And again here 9 and 9 gets cancelled. So you have this is equal to 3 by 16 plus of minus 3 by 16. These gets cancelled and you get an answer as 0. Okay? Is it clear? So you can directly calculate it here as well. But the question said you have to use distributivity. So you had to do it this way. Both ways you will get the answer as 0 only. Clear, students? Please note it down and then I'll rub this and we'll do the next question. Has everyone written? Has everyone written this? You have to, give me a thumbs up once you have done with this. Students, when you write it, you just need to give me a thumbs up. Okay, Ishan has already written. Others? Okay. Very good. Very good. So let's start, students. So I'll just remove this. Let's go to the next now. Now in this question, you have to find 2 by 5 into minus 3 by 7 minus 1 by 14 minus of 3 by 7 into 3 by 5. So what should be the approach in this question? Who is going to tell me how will you start doing this question? You need to participate. Everyone needs to participate. So you can always unmute yourself and let me know. What is the approach? And don't bother whether your response is correct or wrong. Nothing is correct, nothing is wrong. What is important is you start trying, you start thinking.
So take minus 3 by 7 common.
Can you come again, please?
So you have to take minus 3 by 7 common.
Yes, we have to take minus 3 by 7 common. So there are three terms here. So see, first of all, understand the terms. So first term is this 2 by 5 into minus 3 by 7. Okay, one more thing. You have learned about BODMAS. Have you learned this? Have you studied BODMAS? So bracket, of, division, multiplication, addition, and subtraction. So when you have something like this, where you have different signs together. So here you can see multiplication sign and subtraction sign all together, right? So what we are going to do first is find these we have to take care of multiplication first. So there are these two terms which has multiplication. And what we can also see here is that 3 by 7 is common in these. So let us bring these terms together. Okay. So we'll first of all use associative property of rational number over subtraction. So we'll bring these two together. So this is equal to 2 by 5 into 3 by minus 3 by 7 minus of 1 by 14. So this 1 by 14, we can take it later. We'll bring minus 3 by 7 into 3 by 5, right? And then we have minus 1 by 14. Now in these, we have 3 by 7 common. So what we are going to do is take 3 by 7 outside. If I take 3 by 7 outside, we'll have a negative sign remaining here. So we'll write minus 2 by 5. And again, if I've taken 3 by 7, we have a negative sign here. So we have minus 3 by 5. Minus 1 by 14. Is it clear? Is it clear, students? Now, if you have taken 3 by 7 common,
Sure, why
inside
can't you take
this,
minus 3 by 7?
can you come again?
So why can't you take minus 3 by 7 common?
We can take minus 3 by 7 common as well. If you take minus 3 by 7, inside you will have plus signs. You can do both. Okay. So 3 by 7, if I have taken common, so we'll have take 5 as LCM. We have minus 2 minus 3 minus 1 by 14. And then we can write 3 by 7. This is minus 5 over 5 minus 1 by 14. This gets cancelled. So the here we have minus 3 by 7 minus 1 by 14. Take LCM as 14, right? So this will be minus 6 minus 1, which is equal to minus 7 over 14. So minus 7 over 14, 7 again gets cancelled. So this is minus 1 over 2. Is it clear? So the answer, final answer is minus 1 over 2. Has everyone got the answer and understood the concept? Students? Okay. So please note this down.
Yes, sir.
We'll move to the next one now. Okay. Now in this question, students, you have to name the property under multiplication used in this particular concept. So minus 4 by 5 into 1 is equal to 1 into minus 4 by 5, which is equal to minus 4 by 5. So which property are we using here? You can write in the chat box and answer it, or you can, straight away unmute yourself and also answer. Which property we did today? Yes, Ishan, it is correct. Yes, it is correct, Puvina. Okay. So the property which we are using here is multiplicative identity. Right? Why? Because, if you multiply a rational number with 1, you get the same rational number. That means this is multiplicative identity. 1 is the multiplicative identity of the rational number minus 4 by 5. So the property which we are using is of multiplicative identity. Very good. Now let's go to the next one, students. What is the property under multiplication which we are using here? Minus 13 by 17 into minus 2 by 7 is equal to minus 2 by 7 into minus 13 by 17. This, you can remove it. Yeah. So minus 2 by 7 into minus 13 by 17. What is the property we are using here?
So commutative property.
Yes, commutative property. Correct. So what we are doing, what we are writing is A into B is equal to B into A. So this is commutative property over multiplication, right? So under multiplication, we are considering this property of commutative property. That is A into B will be equal to B into A. So the order of multiplication does not affect the result. That's what is being specified here in this example. Now, third property, what is the property we are using here?
Multiplicative inverse.
Yes, correct. So here minus 19 by 29 and 29 by minus 19, they are reciprocal of each other. So when you multiply a rational number with its multiplicative inverse, the answer is 1, right? So this is multiplicative inverse. So the property which we are using here is of multiplicative inverse. Okay. So let's go to the next question, students. Now tell what property allows you to compute 1 by 3 into 6 into 4 by 3 as 1 by 3 into 6 into 4 by 3. Which property is this?
Associative.
Yes, this is associative property. Right? So, the pair which we calculate first. So 6 into 4 by 3 we are doing earlier. And here 1 by 3 into 6, this computation is done first. So, the choice of 2 among the 3 is what is associative property. So the final result does not depend on which two numbers are we choosing. Now the product of two rational numbers is always a, when you multiply two rational number, what do you get?
Natural number.
Rational number. And which property is this?
Closure property.
Closure property. So you will get a rational number when you multiply two rational number, and the property here is closure property. Okay, very good. Now in this question, you have to use the distributivity of multiplication of rational number over addition to simplify this. So quickly write this question. Please write this question, and this is your homework. Okay. Write it down. After this, I'll also tell you that which topic you have to practice on the platform as homework. So this is only one question which you can do it as homework, where you have to multiply 3 by 5 into 35 by 24 plus 10 by 1, and then minus 5 by 4 into 8 by 5 plus 16 by 15. Apart from this, what is very important is practicing on the platform on the topics which we have done in the class. Why? Because that will give you a visibility of how much you have understood that topic. What is your proficiency in that topic? So that you are also aware that how much you have actually understood, and we as teachers can also have a look at that and then plan our classes, which are to come in this week. So I'll just quickly, so I hope you have written this question, students.
Yes, sir.
So let us go to the platform, students. So when you log in on the platform and you come to this practice session and custom practice. So in mathematics, you can find all the chapters here. So because we are doing rational numbers right now, you will go and see the topics here. So in the last class, students, I had asked you to do this define rational numbers thing. Now in this class, you have to practice differentiate between a rational number and a non-rational number, the second topic which you can see here. So can you see this topic, second topic here, differentiate between a rational number and a non-rational number? Right. So in today's homework, what you will do is when you go back, so when the classes are over and then when you sit to practice in the evening, you have to open this platform to, choose this topic here and then practice for selected topics. So you will get a 30-minute practice session where you have to attempt at least 20 questions. So you can go up to 30, 40, any number of questions, but minimum number of questions which you have to practice on the platform in 30 minutes is 20 questions. So which would be based on the topic which I have just told you, right? So the topic was, I'll again repeat it for you. The topic is differentiate between a rational number and a non-rational number. Is it clear to everyone, students? Are you going to go back and practice today?
Yes,
So
sir.
in yesterday class, I found 3. So in today's class, I should find everyone going back and practicing on the platform. Okay. So that's it for the class, students. So thank you for joining in today's class. In tomorrow's class, we'll go ahead and, study further. So till then, bye and take care. Have a very nice day.